Hello, everyone. Welcome to the weekly meeting of the Phrancko Sweater Knitters. And you're welcome to join us anytime on Saturday at 2:30 Pacific time. And the link to the Zoom is on the website phrancko.com after you have signed up for an account, which is free, by the way. So how is everyone doing? Hi, Sumner.
Hi, Frank.
Hi, Joellen.
Hello.
Hi, Karen.
Hi, Frank.
Hi, Serena.
Hello there.
Hello, Ron. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Frank. How are you?
I'm good. We don't see you today, Jenny.
I'm on a different machine. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can figure out what's the matter. Uh, so- no. Is that
You
better?
are.
Ron says we are with him at the grocery store.
Oh.
Get some shrimp.
Are you feeling better, Frank?
I'm feeling much better. I'm getting stronger every day,
Yay.
Oh, good.
taking walks and going outside. And it's been some beautiful weather here in San Francisco.
We're having really good weather as well. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I thought of Wally. Isn't he up there in the New York area where all that they're having such time?
Yes. He's on Long Island, so a lot of it was west of him.
West of him. Okay.
Yeah. And we're still wet.
All right.
They had the weather this morning, actually, because everybody's complaining about it. They said in the past 18 weekends, it has only been sunny for 4.
Wow.
We have had rain for the past 18 weekends in a row, pretty much. Yep.
You know, even a sunny day gets tiresome after 18 weekends.
Very tiresome. It actually was kind of nice tonight for my evening walk with the dog, but it started with a rainy walk with the dog. Like today, when I woke up, it was raining. So. Is what it is.
It is what it is. Karen, I love that sweater you have on. It looks so cozy and soft.
It is soft. The yarn is from it's from England. Oh, what's the gal's name who had a stroke? I feel like I had a stroke. She had a stroke and she came back and she's this fabulous yarn designer, knitwear designer. And right now I can't think of her name. She wrote 10 years in 10 years in the making. Kate.
That's okay. It's not a test. It'll pop in about midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
Then you'll tell me and I'll go, I don't remember why I was asking. I thought I'd be brave and I'd seek out on my own and play with a band around my little grandson's vest, and it got all done. It looks like it's leaning south just a little bit, so I got to take the whole thing back out. But that's what I'm going to do as we visit.
Is the pattern one that you made up yourself too?
Yes, kind of, except it's Frank's, and I have Jimmy rigged it, and I have suffered for that. I will never do it again.
Oh, no. What did you do to the pattern?
I just didn't put the sleeves on, but I
Oh,
can't figure out where to stop for the sleeve. Look at that. That's too big for my little grandson.
oh,
And I decided, well, I'll just sit here and put on a band. And I did. And it's cattywampus. So it's all right. It's for them. They'll be rolling in the snow and the hay in it. So it's okay. I should
well, hello, Sidra. Hello.
Did you hear me?
I didn't hear you, but now I do.
Okay.
Yes. And I see Judith is joining, but we can't see her. Hi, Judith. Oh, there you
I'm
are.
here. I'm outside. I'm not home, so I won't stay too
Oh,
long.
okay.
But I wanted to hear how it was going for you for the yoke, and I will show you where I am. But go ahead,
Okay.
welcoming everyone.
You maybe didn't get the email I just sent you 10 minutes
I
ago.
did not. I was drinking beer and eating chips.
Oh, well,
Oh,
that's a
everyone
good
will know.
excuse.
That's
Everyone will know
mean.
now.
Very mean.
Well, the good news is Judith and I have decided the latest version will actually work. And
Hey,
I
fantastic.
have a picture of what I have done, so I can show you the picture. However, after seeing how it fits, I still think the yoke needs to be a little bit smaller. And so I published, this is what I wrote to you, Judith. I just published one more update. And your yoke, instead of being 12 rounds, will be 10 rounds. But
Okay.
all of the other numbers stay the same. So
Okay. I'm not that far along, as you can see.
oh, good.
I'm-
So you
I'm
can just
trying-
take out the
Yeah.
last 2 rounds of your yoke and you're good to go from there.
Probably, yes. But it looks better than the previous version.
Oh, good. So,
It's just-
hi,
What
Cindy.
version number is this then?
You're muted,
Sorry?
Cindy, but hello.
Hi, Frank.
Uh, let's see if I can find where I have the sweater picture. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh, awesome.
The red part is the yoke. I used helical knitting to do the stripes through the shaping of the yoke to the chest, and then the blue is just normal around the torso. And I think the yoke is still a little bit too wide, and so I'm going to shorten it, or I have shortened it just a few rows.
I understand. Mm-hmm.
But the shaping is working well. It looks like it's more rippled in this picture than it actually is when I'm not holding my arm up to take a picture.
Right.
And it's not blocked neither.
And it's not blocked either, yes. So I think we're on to a qualified success. I say qualified because I'm not sure totally yet, but I think we'll go
No.
with this for now.
We never know until it's really done.
That's right.
But we sure can see a slope of progress.
Yes. Yes, through many iterations. And
Well,
you
it's-
can
it's
all
fine.
thank Judith. She has borne
No.
with me through this whole process, doing it over and over again.
Well, it's good. I thought it was part of the process. So it was my first time. It is my first time test knitting something. So
Well, I
I think
should
it's nice.
confess that what I put you through is not typical of a test knit. Normally, the
Okay.
program is completely done and the pattern is written and you think it's correct and ready to go, and then you give it to a test knitter and they see if they can understand it and follow the directions.
So I'm special.
You're very special,
You
Judith.
are.
And I appreciate you hanging in there with me through this process.
I have enough time. Oh, there are some geese flying over. I don't know if you can hear that.
Yes,
Yeah.
we can hear them. Yeah, yeah.
You got the Canada geese. Yeah.
Oh, oh,
They're very noisy.
Oh, look at them.
There they
There
go.
they are.
oh,
They're coming my way, I'm sure.
yes.
It's about that time.
So no, I will download the latest version, Frank,
Okay.
and see up until where I have to rip. But anyway, I did make some mistakes because I have 3 different sizes on my pattern.
Yes.
So I forgot to read
Yeah.
the right size. You know how it is.
Right.
It's part of the game. It's okay.
Yep.
You know, I could change that for you if you want me to
No.
reduce it to one.
No. It's it's I just have to read the properly.
Okay.
Wants to do that.
But Ron said geese travels in
Skeins.
skein. Is that
Oh, they're
right?
right at home among knitters, he says.
Oh, very fun. How cool.
I'm so glad I cut them while we're talking.
Yeah.
It's such a nice day here. It's unusually warm for the end of September, as Sumner should know.
Yeah. Here
But
too.
it's so-
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
it's unusually warm here too,
e-
and I'm going to have to
everywhere.
go away and change my sweater. This is just too warm. Sorry.
Okay.
Talk among yourselves. I'll be right back wearing something cooler.
And
You'll
I will
around.
leave and get back to my family. So
Okay.
bye,
Talk to you later,
everyone.
Judith.
Bye,
Cheers.
Judith.
I do this
Bye.
next week.
See you
Bye.
next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
We have those geese here as well. And
Yeah.
I hadn't been around geese until we were here, and it was like, wow, what is going over our heads?
Yeah.
I
Cindy.
actually saw a
Yes.
pardon me, I'll be quiet here in a minute.
No,
a
you're all
bald
right.
eagle here.
Oh, aren't they
But
fun?
that's from a reserve where they're, ones that have been injured and stuff, and they're getting
Oh.
them back. They got about 10, I think, and I happened to see one, and my son was outside, but I haven't seen one since.
We have a big river that cuts through New Hampshire and northern Massachusetts through Merrimack Valley.
Mm-hmm.
And we have bald eagles that live along the whole
Oh,
river. It's really something.
yeah,
Striking.
striking.
And we
for
get
sure.
kestrels and all kinds of hawks and
Yes.
peregrine falcons.
We
Yeah.
had, I had chicken in the backyard, and I was not used to the hawks. And the chickens were just raising a fuss. And what on earth must have a snake or something out there? I went out there, and this hawk was just sitting there going, "Come on, come to me, come over here, come
Yeah,
here,
come to mama. Yeah.
come here. I want to show you something."
Yeah.
No.
Joellen, you were certifiable. Like literally, I love you. That's amazing. That's so much fun. Yeah, we lose a lot of bunnies. I'm telling you.
Oh, poor bunny.
Yeah, we lose a lot of bunnies. Sometimes they fall from quite a height.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Splat.
Yeah, amazing to watch, but I mean,
Oh
just
yeah.
yeah,
Thing
crazy.
of nightmares.
yeah. Yeah, it's really something. It's disturbing, but you have to, I mean, you appreciate it.
Yeah. I don't know how you're going to stop it.
About once a week, I see the deer walking through the woods on my morning walk with my dog. Very pretty.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
but very pretty, but still the wildlife thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't do well on the frontier, I'm sure.
So
So-
Ellen, it's,
Ma'am?
it's Kate Davies yarn Schehalian. It's
Oh,
called Schehalian. It's 70% Corriedale and 30% Cheviot.
wow, I don't recognize any of those words. So
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Yeah, it's beautiful yarn though.
Super
It's very
soft.
pretty.
Yeah, super soft.
They're spinner words. It's just different breeds of sheep.
Yeah.
Oh, back to the sheep thing, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it is really
Gorgeous.
pretty and it looks so soft and cuddly.
Thank you.
So, yeah, Cindy, I wasn't gonna single you out. I had a question, but I guess it's good for everybody too. So there was a knit picks knit along. Has anyone done one with knit picks before?
I have not.
No,
I
No.
haven't.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I wasn't even sure I'd heard of one before.
Yeah, I didn't. And then I saw this sweater with it and I said, oh, I really like it and I'm gonna make it. Now, of course, the knit along starts tomorrow and I'm already done with the front, but I don't think people would get mad. I mean, because I'm not
You're one of
knitting-
those that makes the rest of us look bad.
I'm not with them doing it, you know what I mean?
It's
So
totally
hopefully-
fine for you to do it at the speed that you do it
Absolutely.
and everything else. That's not a problem.
Yeah, but I was just wondering, because like for knit alongs before I've done, like you click a link and you can actually, you're knitting along, right? You're at a knit along.
Right.
Sometimes they have that. Sometimes it's more just they all start at the same time and maybe they'll even like have a Zoom where they all cast on together.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sometimes they have a day that they say they cast on, but you don't have to. And it's just even a thing where you can post on Ravelry your progress or post questions if you have it.
Yeah, because
Um,
I've never done a knit along before, and now I'm doing
Yeah.
two. I've got this one and the Debbie Abrams baby blanket.
Yeah, they're usually kind of each done a little bit differently depending on how they decide they're going to do it. So
Yeah. And my goodness, that baby blanket is a very expensive baby blanket. Oh my goodness.
oh gosh,
Really?
yes.
Oh yeah, it's about $200 to do the
My
Mm.
goodness.
for a baby
You're
blanket.
kidding.
That's crazy.
Wow.
What kind
Now
of
you
yarn
get-
are they using?
It's all Rowan.
Really?
Yeah. Like the kid silk. Yeah, the kid silk. But
Oh.
you do a square a month from now through March. So October through March. And you get a pretty good sized blanket out of it. But I mean, for $200, better, right?
Right.
I saw that knit along on the Fleece and Harmony podcast.
Yeah. So I don't know. It just seemed like why not as I'm
And
trying to
it
learn.
looks
it,
really
like,
pretty.
sometimes for the knit along, they will say you need to use the exact same yarn. Other times it's just you're just using the pattern and you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, you bought the yarn from them and they shipped it to you.
Okay, and see, so that's a kit as well as a knit
Yeah.
along. So-
No, you don't get the pattern.
Oh, you didn't?
No, that comes once a month.
Oh, so it's kind of a mystery thing then.
It's a
You get the
mystery
kit
knit
and
along.
it's a mystery knit along.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm kind of glad I'm doing it because I think it'd be fun. But
Yeah.
where I've never done it, I feel a little bit like a fish out of water. Like here I am doing this sweater and I love it because it's just going to be a drop sleeve,
Right, drop shoulder.
drop shoulder, simple cable. And I picked Wool of the Andes tweed, which really I want to show you. It's coming out really nice.
Oh,
Oh.
your cables are beautiful.
there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
coming out really
Very,
they're
nice.
really
nice.
popping, aren't they?
Very, very nice.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
made it stand out
beautiful.
nice.
I love
Yeah.
that tweed. Ugh.
Yeah, I love
Wool of the-
tweed. And
Wool of the Andes is one of the yarns that Arinda has spoken about that she really likes. She really enjoys the stitch definition of it.
Yeah, well, and I like it that you can have a tweed and it won't interfere with the cables, but
Mhm.
also you can afford to make a sweater with it.
Right.
Yeah. Not
You
like
know,
the
you can
baby
make
blanket, right?
a sweater for under $100, but the baby blanket's costing me $200.
Yeah.
People are often dumbfounded at how much a baby blanket is going to be. Like they'll find a yarn they really like and then start pricing it out. And they're like, I actually don't like this baby that much.
Sometimes that happens. It happens.
I
The
always
only
have some
mystery
swear words that follow that.
the only mystery knit along that I've ever done was for this funny little gnome.
Oh,
You-
how
I was I did a mystery knit along, and it was so crazy.
Oh,
Thank
another
you.
one.
Oh
You
my
had to
God.
choose 4 colors, and they told you one that needed to be lighter because that was supposed to be light, and
Oh
then the
my
others had to be. And
goodness.
so you did. They would do this thing of, you just knit this little piece, and then the second one you did this little part, and then you did, and there is you cannot tell it, but he has a pocket, an
It has a
actual
kangaroo
working
pocket.
little kangaroo pocket that is knit on. It is
Oh,
wonderful. So anyway, we
sweet.
have that. But
Darling.
it was so funny because it was like learning. This was quite a while ago, but it was learning different skills and how to do stuff. Because this is like it's a little welt too. You do it, and then when it curls up, it's actually into there and
Mhm.
do. So
So
anyway,
Tuna has
that was my
Tuna
only
has a little
mystery knit
nephew.
along.
Yeah,
That's so cute.
Jenny, Tuna has a little nephew over in the
He
States.
does, yes. Tuna friend, yeah.
Well, and speaking of friends from the States, I ordered on Amazon. I don't know if it was on this or if it was on a Thursday that we were talking about mushy peas.
Oh,
Oh,
you
I
got
love mushy
peas.
peas.
I ordered some peas, and I'm going
I
to be
love
cooking
mushy
them. I won't
peas.
cook all of them at once, but be cooking them for mushy peas. Because they were
Love
talking
them.
about when Kathy was going to be gone, and one of the things she wanted to have was fish and chips, and she wanted to have mushy peas, and we were talking about mushy peas. I'd never in my life heard of mushy peas. I have never tasted mushy peas, but I went online, I looked up recipes, and I'm going to make mushy peas now.
You're
They're
going to
pretty
make
good.
much
They're very fresh.
This is the really, really good brand that you're supposed to have. It is from Amazon.
So they're not just regular little English peas?
No, they're not. They're different. It's a special breed of peas, supposedly, that doesn't just stuff. But anyway, the cooking instructions, this is funny, and it won't sound weird to you, Jenny, but to the rest of us, it's like, I've never heard this. It's like cooking instructions on the hob.
Oh
The
my.
hob, yeah.
On the hob.
Qu'est-ce que
Like,
c'est une
well,
cob?
hob, it's on the hob, so I don't know what that is, but
Your range.
well, I knew it had to be the stove or something, but I didn't
Yeah.
know. Place soaked peas into a saucepan and add approximately 600 milliliters of boiling water. Add sugar and salt to taste. I don't know if that's supposed to be a thing. You'll have to tell me. Boil gently for about 20 minutes, stirring occasionally until the water has been absorbed or the texture is satisfactory. So since I've never had it, I don't know when the
You
texture
don't know
is
what
going to be
you're gonna wait for,
satisfactory,
yeah.
but I'm just going to try it.
So
But I thought it
after
was so
you
weird. It's like,
cook those, don't have to smash them? I just thought you had to smash regular
well, you
peas.
have to soaking them. You have to soak them.
Yeah,
Oh,
you have
one
to
of them,
soak
and
it.
it's like I don't have this, so I don't even know what it is. They don't say what it is. Oh no. For
Rather
half
like
the
if you
packet,
made your
use
pea
one
soup part or
tablet
something.
and follow directions. You're supposed to dissolve soaking tablets in 850 milliliters of boiling water and boil onto peas. Let soak for 12 to 16 hours, then drain and rinse.
Let me
I
help you
don't,
with that.
I don't know that
That's-
it has tablets in here. I don't
It's-
even know what a tablet is.
It's just baking soda. When you soak beans,
Oh,
you
okay.
soak a little baking soda in them.
Baking
Like when
soda.
you make Boston baked beans,
Mhm.
if you soak the beans overnight with like half a teaspoon of baking soda, the skins won't split.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That it would
Oh,
make,
you
it's making
darn.
them soft, so it does.
I'm
Oh,
so
I do
glad
say
I'm on this knitting Zoom.
ingredients
Yeah,
is
Learn so
sold.
much, right?
It does say it's 97% is peas and the other 3% is soaking tablets. Contains,
Oh,
it's really tiny print.
Yeah.
Contains sodium carbonate,
Yeah,
sodium
sodium bicarbonate.
bicarbonate, and
It's baking soda.
disodium diphosphate.
It's baking soda and preservatives. So you could just use baking soda. You don't need the tablet.
No, I mean, I paid a lot for this little teeny box.
Yeah.
I am using
I'm gonna
whatever
use the
came in
damn
here.
tablet.
These are
Yeah.
gonna be, they say this was the authentic one. So anyway, so
That's so
I will
funny.
try these this week and report back next week, so you
All
can know
right.
whether you need to try them yourself.
See what you learn on the Phrancko Zoom.
Ding.
See?
Don't you
If
need
I were
chips?
at my shop, we've been eating lunch in the shop to try and save money. So we have like sandwich bread and lunch meats. And I've got a jar of something regrettable for everyone on both sides of the ocean. It's my jar of Marmite flavored peanut butter.
Oh, my.
Oh, love that. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
So
So,
gonna
so
have
that's
a
something you
Marmite
made
sandwich.
one of
yourself, or
3
does,
people on
does
Earth who
Marmite
like it.
come
Yeah.
that way?
Yeah.
Your
That's,
grandma that made it, Ron, her brother, and you. That's the 3 people.
that's so funny.
It's lovely Marmite flavoured peanut butter. It's very nice.
I love it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So,
But you gotta put,
but
so
I
that's like a
recognize for
Vegemite.
many people, it's awful.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
And it's
You
nice
were
with
just with me
apple.
at a special
Yeah.
trip to the Asia market to find red fermented tofu for a dish I'm making tomorrow. So that's where I've been, hunting down fermented tofu.
Yeah. I have to be careful of that because around here they put a lot of like gluten products in it, and I have to be gluten free. So a lot of the fermented tofu at the Asian markets, they have no concept of celiac disease, so they have gluten in it.
Yeah.
They use it as a base to ferment the tofu.
Isolated wheat gluten, like Maggi seasoning is just wheat gluten.
Yeah,
Not, I mean, fermented, but
yeah.
Well, I always thought
Anyway,
that was weird that soy sauce is made from like half wheat and half soy. And
yeah, it's
so
cheaper than soy.
it's not gluten free. It is. And I mean,
Yeah,
if you
it's
want
all
it to just be soy, you have to get tamari sauce.
Yeah, I do Japanese soy sauce. There's no
Oh, there isn't
gluten
in
at all.
Japanese.
Yeah,
Hmm,
Japanese
okay.
soy sauce. There's no tamari. There's no
I
soy
got
sauce.
this.
There's no wheat.
Kikkoman. Now,
Oh my goodness. That's a
Kikkoman
large amount of soy
has
sauce.
gluten free.
That has a gluten-free
know
one,
that.
huh?
I go through soy sauce like a
Oh,
soy
yeah.
sauce using thing.
That's nice.
And he just happens to have it in his car, handy. I mean, just like I have
Just drink
to
it on the road.
mushy peas and
Ew.
my
I'm gonna get my money's worth out of my hypertension medications. Just soy sauce, neat.
Oh dear.
That's
Oh, for
fabulous.
God's sakes.
I just did marinate some steak tips in it the other day, so makes a very nice
Brag.
marinade.
Have you ever tried brag? It's kind of a substitute for soy if you can't use soy.
Yeah, the coconut aminos. Yeah, they're a little sweet, but they're good if I can't find.
It's not
what I
soy, but
need.
it's similar.
Yeah, it's coconut aminos. They're really they're very tasty.
Yeah.
well, I hate to bring it all back to knitting, but somebody want to show us what they're working on?
dang, Frank.
Oops.
Anyone show us what you're working on?
I'll go really fast and then be done. This is the
Oh
sock.
my gosh.
So I have
That's beautiful.
I have
Wow.
2 more rows before then I take this first part off on either side and then just continue down the foot. But it is
Perfect.
slow as molasses. I can say confidently I will never, ever, ever in my life knit another Argyle sock unless they make me. But
I'm getting done.
You're not gonna knit the matched pair?
I am not going to knit a matched pair. I think this one, if it passes, I'm going to frame it and hang it on the wall.
Yes.
I
Well,
think that is.
I don't feel
I mean,
so
the
bad
colors
then.
go with my room, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just
They
gonna
look
frame it
lovely.
and
I felt so bad because it took so long for me to make the damn pair of socks.
well, this one it's taking a long time.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
yes, I'd never made the second sock either.
Oh,
Oh,
you
so
all
I'm in
faked.
good
I made like
company.
2 pairs. Oh, that's funny. That's very funny.
But I'm hopeful I'm getting there. So
I am stubbornly insisting on learning how to fix lace, but I'm driving myself wild. I'm working on a shawl. Let's see if I can get my yarn over here. And it's circular right now.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I have this section, eeks, that I'm trying to fix. And I think I've tried 4 times now. I'm not giving up.
Don't do it. Don't give up.
But it's like, I should have just ripped. The other alternative would just to be to rip back about 10 rows. And it's not that big, so it's not that big of a deal, but I am stubborn.
Yes.
It makes you
And I
a
want
good
to
knitter.
learn.
Makes you a good knitter.
but
Yeah.
let's talk nicely to ourselves. We're tenacious. We're not stubborn or bullheaded.
Tenacious. Yeah.
We're tenacious.
I like that.
I did the
Mine is
Roxanne.
also version 4, and that's just this big. This is my 4th time around on this one. But I have learned so much.
Really?
Oh my goodness sakes. Yes. There's been a variety of things, my fault, I'll admit. But the design here on the little slip stitch, and there's a lot of increase, decrease, and a wrap and turn or two, which kind of changes your pattern of the stitch. So there's that, and then there's me not reading an entire section that, that I forgot. So I pulled a Cindy and I went back and I rewrote the whole thing in my kind of language, and now I feel quite successful. I'm happy.
Oh,
So
good.
is it one of those where it's like at the same time?
Yes.
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 I have to kind of like write that out. I mean, it's all there, but
It's there,
I can't
but I can't
follow it
retain
without
it
it. Mhm.
like that. I gotta put it on paper or something, especially when there's 3 of them at one time going on.
Well, you'll all be happy to know, maybe you remember me saying this before. I have written out the entire instructions line by line for the yoked sweater.
Oh
So
yeah,
you don't
thank
have
you,
to do
Frank.
anything, meanwhile
Thank you,
do
Frank.
something
Thank
else.
you.
That's not a guarantee for me, Frank. Sorry.
Well, but at least it gives us a fighting chance,
It
Charlie.
does.
Yes, you do
That's
have to
my
keep track of
job.
which line you're on, and when the line says do increases and decreases, you have to know what that means.
Oh, when it says to do
Yeah.
that, then I have a 3x5 card that says that. I make a 3x5 card of if I'm just doing the sleeve increases, if I'm just doing the body increases, and then I have another 3x5 card if I'm doing both.
Oh
Oh,
my. Wow.
I mean, I am that.
Oh, wow. So I am not crazy. Yeah, I write mine out on a whole big graph paper. And I put where my markers are. And each time before and after a marker, I do an
Yeah.
increase.
Yeah.
And then I go down the number of lines that I have in my pattern and how many times I need to increase, and I check it off as I go. So huge learning curve for me on this cable. It's the first time I'm following a chart for cable.
oh,
Yay, you.
you want to show us the chart?
I can. It's very basic. Where I have it somewhere. Because of course now I'm just knitting over knitting. But no, I have it. I'll go get it.
Okay,
Followed it so well that he made it into an airplane and Pittsburgh.
Yes. It's over on the other side of the room
over
now.
there.
So I got my sweater to share.
Oh, good.
So this is the one that I was ready to just, kill myself on, the
Right.
saddle shoulder.
Saddle shoulder, huh?
So I'm almost ready to split for the sleeve. So
Hooray.
It is beautiful.
thank you.
Oh, I love the yarn. Very
I
nice.
do too.
I don't think I'd use this yarn again. It splits. It is
Oh.
a camel and silk combination.
Oh, beautiful
Wow.
stuff.
Sounds
It's really
nice.
soft.
That costs some money. Eesh.
And not really. I mean, it was like $30 or something like that a skein.
That's a lot of money for me.
That's up there.
That's up there for me.
I don't know. Today I went to one of the local stores, Knitted Wit, and they had some clearance stuff there. And I was good. I only spent $60. Got 4 skeins of yarn. Not bad. And I love
There
their
you
yarn.
go.
Their sparkly yarn especially. So that's my project one of these days.
What color did you get at the store?
One is a green, greens, I should say, and the other one is really multicolors. I mean, I can go get them if you want and show it to you. So they're downstairs.
We
You go
love
to them.
showing stuff.
It's always fun to see new yarn, even if it's
Yeah.
not mine.
Did you find your chart, Sumner?
I did. I have it. Pretty basic.
Ah,
Oh, yeah.
and it looks challenging to me. It doesn't look all that
I'm
basic.
there. So I've always just knit the traditional Irish written out sweater for cables. I've done the cables before. I've knit Irish sweaters before, but always just followed it line by line because they were always written out. But and I have books and books and books of just written out patterns. So I like the charting. I didn't think that I would, but this KnitWiz pattern is written out or charted. You could pick. You could do the written out or the charted. So
You don't use Knit
here's the writ-
Companion?
here's the written out. I put it in my Knit Companion. But just because when I bought it from KnitWiz website. I just bought it and printed it. So that's what I have to show. I actually have it in my Knit Companion. That's why I had to go dig it up.
Oh,
I have a question
charts
for you.
Charts are awfully nice in Knit Companion.
Yes,
Move that highlighter bar.
the highlighter and the other one, so you could leave at any spot, you know exactly where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is in my Knit Companion, which is on the computer that I'm on this Zoom.
So I have a question for you about
Yeah.
that written out instruction, not the chart.
Mhm.
When they instruct you to do a cable, a crossover,
Yeah.
what abbreviation are they using for that?
So like on the cable side, they're doing like P2 2/2, right? Like LC. So
LC?
left cable.
Uh-huh.
So 2/2 LC or 2/2 RC.
Right.
So
Okay.
left cable or
That's-
right cable.
That's very understandable. Yeah. When you say
Yeah.
over, you mean there's a slash there, right?
Yeah,
You
2/2. So
Yeah.
it's a 2x2 cable,
Uh-huh.
and then it'll tell you
LC or right
left
RC.
cable or right cable,
Yeah.
like left leaning or right leaning.
Yeah, those are very understandable instructions when it's written that way.
Yeah, they were pretty good. Those were new for me the way that was written, because that's not true, that's not what I was used to. But the chart, yeah, I love how that reads. I definitely wanted to know how to read a chart.
Well, if you want a book, the best book on charts is by J.C. Breyer, and it's called Charts Made Simple, I believe, and it's a very small book. Let me see if I got the name right.
Yeah, that's her
To
name.
offer. And as someone who's swung both ways, I'm well aware of the
Whoa,
joys
what?
and the loveliness of a lady
What?
garden.
Stop.
And
What?
BRYER.
I don't know.
We've been invaded.
We've been what?
Invaded. It was
Oh.
just playing something else that was in the background. He had that the other day. Something was just playing.
So BRYER.
Yes, IAR, I think,
BRYAR, Breyer. Okay.
or IAR, I think it is.
IAR. Oh, I get it. Okay. IAR, Breyer. Okay.
I get about 6 more
And-
stitches. When I get to the end of the row, I
Charts.
can pull my copy. It's right here behind me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I'll
But
get
since
that.
I am doing the Argyle sock, I'm not stopping in the middle of the row.
Do not.
So I went and got my yarn I bought today.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
good.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's one of them. And I bought
Ooh.
this to go with it.
Oh, isn't that
Oh,
fun?
yeah.
yay.
Nice.
Lovely.
The other one I got is this,
I like that too.
and that's to
Mm.
go.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yes. Good choice.
It's a lovely green. Just, yeah.
Very nice. Thank you for sharing.
Knitted Witch generally doesn't have enough of a yarn to do a sweater quantity of these fancy colors.
Yeah.
Mhm,
You know, it's always like 1 or 2 skeins you find in a store, and that's about it.
mhm.
Right. I did find a fun hat where you start at the tip and then you knit, you increase and increase, and then you make a tube, and then you decrease to the second tip. So it folds into itself and you get a double-sided hat that way. That was kind of a cute little pattern I got. And it should be quick. It should take a couple days. They'll have a hat. And then, because I finally worked out the size of my hoodie, I'll be back on the hoodie. Oh, thank you.
This is the book about charts.
Okay.
Charts.
That's
Made
right.
Simple.
Okay,
And that's
sweet.
what it is.
Yeah,
And
I'll
it
go.
is just a small, it's like 5 by 8 or something. It's not very
Okay.
big, it's not very thick,
Oh,
but
Okay.
it really does explain things very, very well.
so the thing
And-
that I'm afraid of with charts is that the symbols aren't the same for everyone. You know, like
No,
there's
they're
no
not.
standardized
Right.
chart.
The chart comes with a key, and the key tells you what the symbols mean for that chart.
Right. Which, yeah, I'm okay with this, I guess.
Because sometimes they're marked like LC or RC being left or right, but also they're marked front or back, meaning that when you would do it, you would go in the front or you would go in the back as you'd work them.
Right, like this is knit
Mhm.
on straights. So like the dot is knit on the knit side, but it's purl on the
Purl
purl
on the
side,
purl
right? But
side,
it's the
yeah.
same symbol.
Mhm. Yeah.
So. Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
I was thrilled that it just made sense. And so I figured I'd keep it simple for my first one. As I learned how to become a better knitter, which is part of what I count on all of you for. Thank you so much.
Well, we've learned a lot from you too.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. It's funny how you can do something for 30 years and you're just a beginner. You know, you feel like just a beginner. There's so much to learn always.
There is.
So much to stay. Yeah, it keeps my attention. I think that's part of it.
So who hasn't shown us what they're working on? Jenny, did you? You're muted, Jenny.
Oh, there you go. That's
There
better.
you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. So I'm still plugging away on my lace shawl.
Oh, look
Oh,
at
isn't that
Beautiful.
beautiful?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's now too big to show you the whole of the it's all scrunched up on the needles.
Right.
So you can't really see it at the moment. But yeah, it's
Oh,
coming along. I'm
mhm.
about just over halfway through, I think. So, yeah,
Nice.
coming along.
It looks like it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And what yarn is that, Jenny?
This is Rowan. Oops, where's my camera? Rowan fine lace,
Oh, okay.
and it's alpaca.
Oh,
Yeah, and
Very nice.
it's weird when it's all wound up in the ball. It's got a lovely sheen to it, but when you're knitting with it, it's looking a bit flat and a bit dull. I'm hoping when it's blocked, it'll look better, but it looks
huh.
it's yeah, it's looking a bit flat, but we'll see. Yeah.
The alpaca is just going to be so soft and cozy and very, very light when you wear it.
Yes. Yeah.
This is my current shoved in my purse project.
Oh,
What have we
I had
got?
I had this art bat of yarn that I got at some of a fiber that I got at some point that I spun into like a wild thick and thin singles. So
Oh,
this
isn't
is
that
what's floating around in my bag, slowly becoming a half linen stitch hat.
Oh, isn't that fun?
Nice.
So it's fun.
Yeah, I
it's
like it.
lovely color.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got
You
this
need
little like bright bits
car
of
knitting.
dryer lint in it.
Ron, I thought about you. I heard the saying, and it's been around forever, is dyed in the wool.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it's like if somebody is just really set on things.
Yeah.
Where does that come from? What is the history on that? Or Cindy, that you're the historian.
Yes. So linguistically, that is what the phrase means, that someone who's set in their ways. But a dyed in the wool product is something where the wool has been dyed before the yarn has been spun and the fabric has been woven.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like dyed
dyed
fabric. The wool itself was dyed and then made into the fabric. So it's part of it. It's woven in.
So that's the way we normally get our yarn, is that way, instead of making a garment and then dyeing it.
So in the case of our yarn, some of it is dyed in the wool, but much of it is dyed after it's been spun. So it's undyed wool that goes into the spinning machines, and then the wool, the yarns are dyed.
Okay.
So it is one step away from being dyed in the wool.
Okay. Thank you.
You got it.
And
All right.
the yarn just has a different look if it was dyed before it was spun or dyed after.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've got some ducks that need to have a breakdown, so I will see you all next time.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, Ron.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.
Thanks
Bye.
for coming to the store with me. Bye-bye.
Serena, are you there?
Yes, yes.
We can't see you. Would you like to tell us what you're working on?
Well, I am still working on Kathy's knit along. pullover. It's Cloisters pullover. I'm on the sleeves now.
Oh, nice.
So it's getting really close to being done. And then I have a couple of other projects just to give me a break because it's nicer to use smoother yarn. That's a very hardy yarn, that fiber company, Aaron Moore, I believe.
Oh,
So it has a lot of texture. It's tweed and it's great for Colorado, not so great for Florida where I am,
right.
but excited to get to the end of the project, but it's also very sad too.
Oh,
I always feel weird when I get to an end of a big project. I don't know if anybody else feels that, but
If I don't have something sort of planned, I start to panic. I gotta make something.
I make a rule that I swatch before I finish something else, that I've got something else at least swatched and ready to go. Or I go into this kind of weird withdrawal phase of I don't have anything to do. I don't know what to do.
Also, I just found that book on Thrift Books for about $8.
Which book?
The one we were just talking about.
The charts, yeah,
reading
it
charts.
wasn't.
Oh, J.C. Breyer's Charts Made Simple?
Yeah, I thought I'd go ahead and get it. And I found it for about $8. So if in case anybody interested.
And little known facts, my copy was actually printed in Coppell, Texas. I have no idea where that is, but it's in Texas and that's where I was born. So I thought that was good.
Oh, that's cute. What a cute, neat thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't ordered from thriftbooks.com in a long time. So I thought, well, I probably could use that book.
Oh, I'll have to go look there. Yeah, and Cindy, most of the textbooks in the public schools in the United States are printed in Texas.
Oh, wow.
It's
Huh.
huge. Yeah, huge printing of textbooks. So that's probably why.
That's kind of right where it was at the on the front flyleaf thing. It says that this was actually printed on demand by CreateSpace. So
how interesting.
That's kind of cool.
How long ago did you get yours, Cindy?
Well, this is just it was dated 2021, but I know it was actually written quite a ways before that.
Oh.
This was one that I had, it was written, copyrighted was 2010, but my copy was printed in 2021.
And you think there's enough to learn for me in that book that I should buy it?
I thought that it was really helpful because they showed different, how different charts are. They show how different ones are.
Okay.
And different, so it's like that it can, explaining that it can look like this or it can look like that. Here's one they're even talking about how they show just knits and pearls and how it does. And the other one that they did, they talked about and showed very much of how the chart moves, whether it's a row or round. And then as they get through it, it's even, well, you can see a tiny bit there where they talk about that you're doing shaping and how the chart shapes and changes and does some of that. I didn't understand that was something that would happen, but it does, so that you can work and actually shape. And then this was one of where the number of stitches and stuff change in a row. Sometimes that happens too, so they do that. And how different things do. So I really didn't know anything about charts when I got this. This was one of the ones that I got early on when I first started level 1, and it was helpful, because I would look at them and I'm like, I don't understand this one, or I'd look at another one, it's like, I don't understand that one, expecting them to use the same symbols, and they don't. You have to use the legend, or sometimes it's called the key, for each individual chart.
Yeah, part of my difficulty with the Argyles in the round, not the pattern you're doing, is that it was charted, and I just didn't understand it because of how they charted beginning of round. It just threw me. You know, and Frank's video on Intarsia in the round was helpful, but reading the chart was absolutely not.
Yes, and in my explanation, I have you do something that nobody else talks about. You start the chart in the middle of the first line, where there is a color change. You don't start at the outer edge.
At the edge into
But you start where the change is going to happen and then follow it up as the chart changes.
Right.
So that's, I don't know anybody else who talked about doing that, but that seems to me essential if you're going to use a chart to use Intarsia in the round.
This, one of the things that she did talk about in here was to trust your knitting, and that the repeat lines on the chart can be confusing. And she shows a couple here that one looks like, it looks like you're actually moving, but you're really not. It has to do with the number of increases or decreases. You're not really moving. And then this one looks like you don't move, but you really do. So you really do have to just follow the chart, and it's not always how it exactly looks like. Just trust it and do what it says. And then she does even have some little there's little question keys that it's like you know, what is this? Try this, figure this out. What does this say? And then you have the answer key at the back, so you can check to see that you figured it out correctly. I found that helpful.
Isn't it JC Breyer who also has a different book on charting that it kind of like a crochet where you can see how the pattern looks as you're doing your
I don't know who that is, but there is somebody that does that.
I think that's
it's JC Breyer's website that does something like that.
Okay.
a book out too.
You put in the stitches that you are going to knit, and then it shows you the chart, but it's not in a square grid. It's however the stitches fit together, they flow together and they flow apart, and the lines wave, and whatever the lace does, it sort of simulates in the shape of the chart. The name of the website is stitch-maps.com. It's a very interesting concept, especially since she wrote the book Charts Made Simple, and then she did a website that does a completely different kind of charting. But I guess she's a charting expert, among other things.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot from JC Breyer.
Okay, well, I will look for it.
I think it retails around 17 something. So I thought, well, let me try thrift books, and found a used one for like 8 or 9. So
I'll look at thrift books,
so that's why I was like, why not? You know, I haven't ever taken a class or studied charts. I just kind of figured it out as I went along. So I thought that'd be good.
Yeah. So, I mean, after I did this, I'm like, okay, I kind of get the basic chart, and charting for cables definitely helpful. Similar enough to charting for Intarsia. Except for your beginning a round, if it's in the round versus flat. So I figured, okay, I'll do it. And this sweater, that's what I'm learning on this sweater. So
Well, that's good.
gotta
Well, it
learn
looks like
something.
we've been online for an hour. We started a couple of minutes late and we've run a couple of minutes over. So it's time to say goodbye for another week.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Time
Bye,
flies.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you all
See you
for
next
joining.
week.
See you
Okay.
next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.